Greetings and welcome to another episode of Forever Blow. This is episode 2. Different setting this time. We're coming to you live. Well, recorded show, of course, on the podcast from A1 the Brand Enhancer Studios. We here in the Bay, though, still. You know what I'm saying? We're excited for the show today. Give thanks to everybody that have shown support out there online. You can catch this show, of course, on our YouTube channel, GMRNS TV. That's youtube.com, GMRNS TV, Grown Man, Real Nigga Shit TV, or at all streaming platforms where you can get all your podcasts where you listen to. Forever Blow, let's get into it. I mean, for those that don't know exactly what blowed is, you know what I'm saying, I personally, just like on the first episode touched on, I feel that it's a word that originated in Florida. It may even be the Bay, but if you don't know, is as in your mind is blown. You know what I'm saying? Your mind blow. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear somebody say damn blow and blow like a bit, they shot, they gone. You know what I'm saying? They heard something, they just blow their mind. So the whole essence behind the show that, like I said, from my whole experience of living in life, mostly everybody pretty much is blowed to a degree, some worse to others, for a multitude of ways. So it's a lot of problems going on in the world. There's a lot of questions that people are looking for answers and can't find it. So people are getting caught off guard and just to resort to sayings like, oh man, it's a crazy world, you know what I'm saying? We can't do nothing about it. You know, you just blow, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the show is. If you don't know, if you're getting the gist, the first watching it, Forever Blow, right here in the Bay. And we got a special guest this week. We like to have guests on the show, and we talk about different things, of course. For real, let me introduce our guest. Her name is Karima Brown, a.k.a. the Crochet Lady. You know what I'm saying? Natural Vibing LLC, the Crochet Lady, been doing the thing stitch for stitch, a creative, a natural creative, someone near and dear to my heart, real family, Rastafari warriors, you know what I'm saying? And that's what she is. I'm gonna let you, that's my intro. I'm gonna let her introduce. Is there anything you want to add? Just holler at the people, you know, let them know.
Well, he already told y'all who I was. I'm just happy to be here and be able to share my perspective on some things and, hopefully provide some solutions to some problems so we won't be so blowed at you.
You know what I'm saying? For real. So, I mean, we gonna just flow with it. Like you say, honestly, we have these conversations all the time, these type conversations, because honestly, we have a just an idea we're going to talk about today, but we let the spirit roll how we let the spirit roll.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We've been vibing like this for a while up in the heights, talking about different things and the importance of just sharing these thoughts on camera. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're here for. So let me get a little bit into exactly who and what you are, though, first, and what you represent. The people that may not know you. Of course, I mentioned the Crochet Lady, people that may know around town. If you can just summarize, you know what I'm saying, like, give the people some insight on what you are, like what you represent and what you do.
Like you said, I am also known as the Crochet Lady. I've been crocheting for quite some time now, definitely over a decade.
Yeah.
Did some shows. I haven't been as active as I have in the past since my beautiful daughter has arrived 7 years ago, but now is the time for me to get back into, tap back in and get my crojo back. I've been feeling real creative lately.
Sure enough.
And, I also have a business called Natural Vibes, Natural Vibing. I see myself as a naturalist. I like the organic feeling, the organic vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Straight
Type shit.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I mean, y'all know me. I mean, well, those of you who do know me, you know me. I mean, you can look at me too, but.
Okay. I mean, I could definitely attest, like you say, crochet specialist. You've been doing it for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, since you really first picked up that needle about a dub ago.
Yeah, you taught me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You originally taught me.
Well, yeah,
He used to make his own hats. I don't know how many of y'all knew that, but he used to crochet his own hats.
Yep, whip the things up, got covered.
Turn me on.
You know what I'm saying? Now look, now she doing stuff like that. I can't do shit like that.
I took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. So, and also, genuine heart, genuine mind, like you say, mother of Kaya, aka Lil Natty. And you know, I mean, you've been actually putting in a work from my personal experience of being around you for so long, like dumping in the spiritual bank of a life. You know, there's different duality. I mean, it's a duality in everything how I see it, and dumping in, you know what I'm saying, for the righteous cause, you know what I'm saying, and choosing to do that, you know what I'm saying, live that type of life and add to the bank, you know what I'm saying, of goodness. So, you know, let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is Feather Blow, man. I mean, the essence of the show is to get people honestly on the show and be like, man, what you really blowed about? So let's just go right there, you know what I'm saying? Because, let me ask you this. That's my assessment on it. And your own assessment, do you feel that most people are like blowed in life, or don't you? And if you do or don't, why? Like, or what you think of it?
I definitely think a lot of people blow. So blow, actually. So blowed that, you know, try to just brush it off and be like, like you said, this is what it is, we gotta live, and try not to even think about it.
Yeah.
And just go through the motions and be like, hey, this is what it gotta be. And I guess we'll just keep going through this shit.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't want to make it like it was in my mind. That's how you feel.
I mean, to me, it's obvious, to be honest.
Okay, so let's get into like this, like, in your perspective, like you said, people blow, they're going through certain things. What do you think, if there is, the biggest thing, the biggest factor in life that got people blown? What you think is the heaviest thing? You know
Delusion, confusion about so many things.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I'm almost speechless, so many things.
Yeah.
But if I can sum it up, like, just, there's a lot of delusion and confusion.
Okay.
A lot of things, and they got people blown. You know, people don't like even know who they are anymore. You know what I mean? Or who are we supposed to be? What are we supposed to be doing out here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the right thing to do? Like, no, everybody's like blow and like, but what do we do?
What do we do, right?
Like, what can we do? Like, almost like we're powerless, especially if you just looking at yourself as an individual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
now I do want to talk to you specifically about, and this is something that we talk about a lot too, that of course, as well saying, I feel needs to be captured on camera in the right way, and just vibing.
okay.
Like just the overall, the oppression of women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I feel, first of all, with the temperature and the vibe in the air, that's becoming, people are publicly becoming more aware of this. So, like, I know from the side as being a man amongst dudes, a lot of times, a lot of situations, like, it's talk that, hey, you know, these girls or these women are a little different these days. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you from the male side. It comes up, man, I don't know. I can't. Oh, some of them, like, I don't know what got into them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but how I personally see it is, I've always kind of rallied with like the underdog kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. You know, really, regardless, free of subject. That's just me. So, vibing and knowing certain things, it is a difference how, you know, I knew from Jits, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about boys to girls, now grown up to men and women, it was being different, and some of it from the hands directly from us in like close proximities, you know, so psychologically, physically, things like that. Like, but seeing now how like it is a thing, like it's a new wave and an uprising, like we'll see like the underdog is starting to prevail and become an uprising, like it always, like in any kind of free of subject.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so particularly about the oppression of women, like, what do you feel? Do you agree with that premise, first of all? And if you do, what do you feel is like getting to like the root cause of what's really going on with that?
As far as how I feel about the oppression of women, yeah, it's definitely been a lot of oppression on women. I mean, I'm fed up just because at the fact that people act like it's a big secret. Like this shit been going on for like so long. I want to almost say like longer than the whole racism thing and slavery, 400 years. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's been going on so long that people just adapted to it and it's like turn a blind eye. Like we don't want to talk about that. Like let's find another problem to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like that's too big. Like that's been going on way too long, and that's just the way it is now.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's that or if it's just too heavy for people, or you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but in my opinion, it's definitely a big subject because obviously, as human beings on this earth, it's only man and woman. That's huge to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not nothing else. It's not anything else. It's just man and woman. I mean, we might have different races, different heights, weight, like all that. But as far as like the two type of human being that exists, as far as like something so major about the biology, you know what I'm saying? Those are the two only. We make up the whole world when it comes to humanity.
Yeah, you got male and you got female.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the duality. You know what I'm saying?
And if we ain't on one accord, then the earth is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like.
Look, and I agree. I agree with that. Like, and this I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, it's a lot of conversations that we've been having. Even I've been talking like sometime in A1 chop it up. We talk with Gabe and other niggas I talk to. Like, just talking about like relationships and things with men and women. Like, one thing I noticed is that let's see what you think about this. Like, our conditioning, our mental conditioning in the West. Like, just transparently, honestly speaking, you know what I'm saying? I can testify about in dealing with the subject with males and females from the male side. You know what I'm saying? And I can, like, at least I was born and raised in the Bay, so I grew up in Florida. I don't know in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. It may be different with other ethnicities, other demographics, even other black people that was raised in different type of communities. But I'm specifically speaking about, like, here in the South in the hood, like, you know, we have we were kind of ingrained with a more, the girls is like kind of lower than us to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Road y'all?
No, lower.
Oh.
Like lower than us to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of like, you know, you kind of joke around with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, lower level of life or lower, they don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But it's really come from an angle like you almost psychologically like you're a little demoted. You know what I'm saying? So the dealing with it is always like, you know, especially, again, this is mental conditioning, so it's a lot of different factors coming into it, but just the behavior, you know what I'm saying? It was a regular thing to kind of be like, you know, objectify a little lower, you know what I'm saying? And that comes to the mental conditioning, but I found out growing from boy to man, like, I want to ask you, like, just elaborate on what you feel in regards to, like, in your experience. You're a woman, you was a girl, you grew to a grown woman, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with men in your life, you know what I'm saying, in different aspects, not just in boyfriend, girlfriend way or whatever people want to call it, like, you know, whether males or friends or men, dudes that you know what I'm saying, kicked it with and had some type of relationship with. Like, what do you feel in your discoveries in life about like the mental conditioning dealing with males, you know what I'm saying, your whole life in an aspect like that, and in regards to, in relation to the oppression of women?
Ooh, it's loaded questions.
I know that was about like five, six questions time to one, but yeah.
I mean, from my experience, I mean, it's clearly, obviously, a mental condition because we're not born to like do certain things that, you know what I'm saying, we learn to do. We were born to do that. Hence, mental conditioning. Somebody had to teach you and like condition you to be this way. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I think it's just the energy you're born into, too, because it's so major, it's so big, it's so embedded in just the fabric of the world and society. It's like you kind of born into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as far as my experience, with dealing with men in any capacity, whether romantic relationships or friendships or whatever, men rule. Like, stay in your lane, like automatically. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, every experience wasn't so aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Some experiences was even, you can like, very gentle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as demeanor.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? It ain't bowing up or nothing, but it's just maybe the way you might respond to something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Let me shut that down real quick. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be that smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're not supposed to be that confident. Where did you get that from? Like, who been telling you stuff?
Yeah.
Type vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I feel like I hid that a lot. Like, I feel like I feel like, especially dealing with men, I feel like I've hid a lot of my strengths and gifts and talents, or like, especially when it comes to intelligence.
Yeah.
It's something that, like you said, like, it's something, and I know you saying it's in the hood, but really I think it's amongst all different types of men. It's just done in different languages or different, you know what I'm saying? It just switch up depending on what your style is and how you know what I'm saying? Everybody different, but it's pretty much still the same concept.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure women from all different, you know what I'm saying, that done dealt with all different type of men can come together and still have the same consensus about.
Because
you know what I'm
like, literally, like, just being real, like, how we kind of grew up, it was almost like, you know, like, oh, the bitch don't really know like that.
Yeah.
They don't really know like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, that's why if a nigga used to be like, if you find like, you listen to a girl, you're like, oh, you believe you actually listening to this bitch? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, come on, that's just the narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm saying from that aspect, it's like whether it's one want to argue consciously or subconsciously, there is a common, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, mentality. So that's gonna shape the nature of how you deal with somebody, the relationship. And like I said, the underdog. So like, I've learned even in my own life, but I didn't get to the point where I start honestly flipping it more and trying to consciously look from the other side. Like, and that's another thing too, regardless of subject, I try to look from the other side, especially when dealing with people socially, like, you know, so we human beings. And I can be like, well, you know, we used to, I know the mentality and stuff we used to do. And then, you know, even if you're not doing something, like you say, quote unquote, so aggressively, there's a feel of how you deal with, you know what I'm saying? Because of certain mentality. Like,
and it's levels to it too, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just levels to it. Every man might not be as this as the next one, you know what I'm saying? He might be more like laid back on that vibe, but it's still there, is what I'm saying. Like, it's still present to an extent. Some heavier than others, you know what I'm saying? But it's still there.
Okay, I mean, you know, we having a discussion, you know, some people might be watching this and be like,
what the fuck they talking about?
Yeah, like, what for, like, nah, man, that's some, like, just the other about, like, a kickback. They so man, that's some bullshit. Like,
truth always
of course, you know, a woman gonna say that. Of course, they gonna say this because they want their way. You know what I'm saying? They real manipulative, and everybody got different experiences. But, you know, I'm just saying, anticipating the thought, especially when, you know, because right now it's kind of like this, lack of a better term, gender war going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is like, it's always something that's been going on, but with the internet and social media, it's like playing out socially in real life and then in front of the world too. Like, so by doing that, you know, it's a lot more direct talk and like definitive terms being used. Like, one that we talk about a lot, the term patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a trigger word. Feminist. These are trigger words. Like, it's one thing, like, it don't really go by the definition of the word. And of course, that could be established by any kind of curriculum board. But still, the standard definition is rather like thought association. Like, when you think of the word, when you hear the word, certain thoughts come to your head, what it means to you. So you got these terms that people are not, I know for a fact, sharing a common universal definition of them. So they're being used as buzzwords, putting in a box. In your own terms, like just talk about patriarchy. How would you define patriarchy?
Where basically men are in charge of everything. They don't have to be. It don't matter if they righteous or not. It don't matter. They don't have to have no type of credentials. No, all you have to do is simply be a man and you in charge. It don't matter if you know how to lead. It doesn't matter what skills you have or what, you know what I'm saying, attributes you have or qualities. It don't matter. As long as you're a man, you over the woman.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
I mean, that's to me, that's the patriarchy that a lot of people, and notice I said people, not just men, men and women are following. Now, that's not the original definition according to my studies, but this definition that I'm talking about is the second definition you'll see when you look it up. I mean, in like Webster or some shit, but that's that second definition. That's the one that I see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one that I see. What the behavior is following that definition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say to like? Okay, just like I said, somebody here. Let's say we have a discussion. Like somebody hear that and be like, oh. In nature, dudes be like, the male's supposed to lead, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see this, you look at this in the animal kingdom, you look at the plant, the male is this, the male this, so it'd be like that. Like, okay, if that's what the definition is, then yeah, that's natural, you know what I'm saying? What would you, like, say back to somebody that would be like that to you? Like,
well, I would say, I get the whole animal references and things, and I get it, but we're human beings. Like, we have dominion over the animals for a reason, so that means you're supposed to be higher than the animals. So, like, it's way more natural. Like, they don't think their level of thinking isn't so intricate. It can't get, like, this is why we have dominion over the animals, right? So, sometimes that I don't like the whole animal reference, but I get it though, right? And like I told you before, like I really don't have a problem with that if that's the case. If that is the case and male's supposed to lead, and I'm fine with that as long as that is what's being done. Like as long as you're taking that position seriously, and because it takes a serious person to be in leadership. That's a serious position and responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with it if it's actually that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say, "Oh, men lead," but then you ain't leading, or you don't want to be responsible. Like that's just not how it works. I don't know if that's the case, how it's supposed to be naturally, we have gone away from the natural realm, is what I'm saying. This shit is artificial. What's going on is not natural. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what leadership looks like. It
could be poor leadership.
Oh, true.
Like
well,
you say, like,
it could be poor.
Because I guess at this point, and just see if you agree with this, like, you can only measure at whatever the agenda is and the results of whatever program. Like you have leaders of organizations, they may have goals, you know what I'm saying? They have this and that, and then you can kind of judge off of that if they're leading efficiently or not. Like you thought you was going here, you're failing, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're going there, you're getting there. Like so, like you say, if it is a lack of leadership, then you're basically saying like, in the aspect of it's poor. What would you measure? What would you measure it off of? Like, because we talk about this a lot too, like the world, the condition of the world. Like you said before, like you'll be like, hey, when you look at what's going on in the world, it's a lot of problems. Shit pretty fucked up. And you're like, if the male's the leader, the male's in charge, and then would you deem it like the fault, like you're the leader, so it's your fault? It's almost like the analogy we use with a team and a coach. We'll say a lot of times if the team fucking up, they'll fire the coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because we have to get to the root of things.
Like, because you're responsible for
Right.
the squad. You know what I'm saying? You've been put at the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how you feel like is it accurate in your mind? Like about like you said, the conditions of the world. Is that relation to male leadership? How you see it? Or at least,
For sure. I mean, like you said, you made a good point. You don't have to be leadership, but it could be poor leadership.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He could
saying?
be-
So that's a good way to put it. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it don't take a blind person to see that. You know what I'm saying? Look, we all blow. Just whoever blow. Like, it's a lot of suffering going on in the world. Like, it's crazy.
And we know that like everybody has something to do with it. I'm not
Right,
saying, but like
for
you
sure.
said, but to everything, like I said, like there's levels to everything. You know what I'm saying? And when you start to look at what's going on and who's doing what, you just try to assess it fair as you can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, because it's almost like this is how I say it, to a child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a child is a human too.
Mm-hmm.
They're a smaller human. They're not an adult. So, but if something going on with the child and me as the adult around, you know what I'm saying, as the parent or as raising them or around any kind of children if you're an adult, like, and you see you're able to, you know, as an adult, be able to influence the environment situation, you see what's going on, and you can't blame, long story short, you can't blame the child for certain things that they may not know. It's going to be put on the adults who are around them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The adults who's raising them, who's on a consistent basis, they're going to be deemed responsible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the same way, because that's like an analogy of putting like, okay, well, you the leader.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that child is a function, you know what I'm saying? But you in charge, what they doing.
It's funny you say that, because
listen,
Kaya,
yeah.
remember I told you that situation with Kaya, she was like, well, you're the adult, like, because I was like getting on her about something, like, but she's right, like, you're behaving this way because I keep allowing you to do these things, or like letting it slide or letting it ride or letting you know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't be mad at you. I really should be mad at myself for the way you're behaving.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? If I don't like it, I really have to look at myself. And she literally said that. It's true, you got to listen to the babes now.
Yeah,
and that's another thing about leadership. Leadership is not about like craving authority over someone and controlling someone just because you have the upper hand. You feel what I'm saying?
That is
like,
more of a Western style.
It definitely is.
That's more like a Western, like philosophically, that's like a Western style. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm over you. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it is.
It's almost like you don't even try to do it.
Western hemisphere.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the energy. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's when you look at the ideology and trace it historically, that comes from a European style, like, because they're coming from the you can go back to ancient Greco, ancient Rome, and the migration of people coming from the continent of Europe over to, you know what I'm saying, what's known as the Americas. So I'm just saying, like, it's rooted in more of a like
a bullying type,
a European Western philosophy, which is more bullying. Even
let's just go ahead and say what it is.
The U.S. be like kind of like bullying. Even law enforcement is bullying. It's like we devote the land.
All authority
like
figures.
You came here, devote the land. You took the land. You did all this. So of course the people are gonna pick up on the style. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean about like the customs and the styles of the time and where you get it from. Like, I mean, what you feel about, like, okay, let's just get into this, because sometimes we talk about so much stuff. What you feel like, what's at the root of, like, the uprising of women right now?
I mean, pressure bust pipe. Like, everybody, like, it's like the being nice. You know what I'm saying? Women have the more, or the feminine, or however you want to call it, have the more, like, calm, like more nice, like more caring, like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying men aren't caring or can't be, but when we just talking about masculine and feminine, and people always say, the feminine is more soft, and that's going to be associated with nice. Associated with nice, even though Mama tell that ass up, but I don't know. Even Mama tell that ass up, but she's still considered like softer, still sweeter, nicer. You feel what I'm saying? And I think a lot of women have long ago, I mean, it's evident that long ago women have seen this problem. You feel what I'm saying? But for the sake of peace, because you like they said in that movie I always tell you about, I forgot what it's called with Brad Pitt, peace are for women. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we don't want no problem, especially we can't beat a nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that give men an advantage over women, because niggas be like,
physically,
it's a physical advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is very highly much used. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like something just good off that. That's stuff like it's like my sister. Like, I remember Erica telling me one time she was like, she don't do certain things because the aspect of a woman. I was like, I had to think about some stuff I don't even think about that I do, because physically I'm not really.
You're not threatened.
I'm not threatened. So like, she was like, I don't maybe get gas at nighttime and stay. I don't, like, she was doing deliveries at nighttime. I don't go certain places at night. Like, and I was like, damn, it's like half your life is like cut short.
Yeah, because people see you as easy bait. Like, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is act like you in despair, or like act like, because women, like, we're nurturers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we can't be that in this world. You better keep your head on the swivel in this world. You can't really be, you know what I'm saying, sit in that unless you probably in your headquarters. You know what I'm saying? You behind your walls. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Like, I know we got sidetracked a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the uprising of women. What were you saying? Like the core. Like, what is the root to doing that going on? Like,
I mean, to be honest, I think it's just naturally people get fed up. Anybody get fed up. It's just like blacks got fed up with the whole racism, and niggas keep, white people keep trying the system and acting like, black people ain't important or less than, and just keep treating it. Eventually,
you get tired of this shit.
You get tired of it. Like, you don't even want to fight, but it's almost like you don't have a choice anymore.
Yeah.
You're back against the wall.
Yeah.
You done begged, you done pleaded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For a mother, just come on, like, have some decency. Like, you try to be understanding of, the other person's situation, whatever that may be. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, but eventually, if you don't get it and you don't straighten out, something has to be done. Yeah. Like, it's gonna come to a head.
Yeah.
It's naturally. It's like the people can't even help it.
Yeah.
It's just something that's natural in human beings. Like, it's like a person who getting bullied by this person, and eventually you just can't take it no more. You end up
tired of it. Yeah.
You end up snapping.
Yeah, that's a simple way to put it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a natural thing. Like, if you feel like you keep getting tried, and I definitely can attest to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody getting tried in the world. And I know, as far as like us as black people, like in our household, like, a lot of the dudes you get tried in the world, so you kind of take it back to your household, take it out on your household, take it out on your girl. And I ain't even talking about like physical violence all the time, even though that is real.
Yeah.
So I ain't even trying to like minimize that at all. Mm-hmm. But it's happening so much psychologically with threats and just like even behavior that you're taking out a lot of the frustration on the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like
in all kind of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. In all kind of ways, you really
just beat up in all kind of ways.
Yeah, it's like that's what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I mean, but that's conditioning.
Yeah, it's conditioning, and like when we talk about this, I know I sound like I'm saying like men are the problem, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a societal conditioning. It's society. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really put it on one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Either you got to put it on, or either you got to say society, or if you want to put it on somebody, you got to put it on the people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only one. The conditioning stands alone. You know what I'm saying? But we're both receiving that same conditioning, those same idea. You know what I'm saying? Those same teachings is being taught to both men and women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And lack of knowledge how you fucked up out here. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. So it's lack of knowledge on both sides. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really to blame one or the other. It's like everybody has a responsibility. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And even with women, like for a long time, I think that women couldn't understand what we were doing wrong. Because when you think about being nice, and I'm just trying to, it's just like, as a parent, you would think that if you give your child whatever they want, that they would behave. But that's not what happens.
Yeah, true.
That's not what happens. If you just give them whatever they want, and even if you know it's not good for them, or you like, well, you just hope that it goes good. And it's like, so
they don't guarantee that.
yeah, so like women are like, well, it's not our fault, but we have to realize that as women, we went for the lie too. You know what I'm saying? We might not. I think it's that we're still the least aggressor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it seems like, I ain't doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But we're not doing anything in that sense. But it's still the lack of knowledge and the unwilling to change, because you just get so comfortable. That's for everybody. Everybody has gotten so comfortable with this, the way this society is, regardless.
And it is. It's not. Yeah. I mean, like you said, the premise of the show is forever blow.
It's forever blow.
And people blow.
Yes.
That's one thing you can't deny. Like, because naturally you come to the earth, nobody come here to like suffer. Nobody signed up to be confused. Nobody, just people like, oh, that's just how life goes. Like, honestly, as a human being, all humans were born with a right to like the concept said about having happiness and freedom, and like you are divine by nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, so our life experience here, honestly, is supposed to be one that's like a lot of flourishing. You know what I'm saying? Like blossoming, being our best selves. But what we find is just like there is a certain lifestyle that only is benefiting a few.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And most people are not benefiting from it like that. People,
exactly.
You're being compromised. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you're doing shit that you really don't like to do in the name of survival, in the name of like money, and like just in a lot of shit, acceptance. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when we break that down in every aspect of society, particularly right now, we're talking about the conversation of men and women. Those same things I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of shit going on just because in the name of survival, in the name of money, in the name of, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And so, and it is like, as we know, it was a fact that, you know, they, even in the country, in the U.S., they didn't even allow women to read to certain points about
get an education.
You know? Anytime you want to make a bit like not smart, like you want to contribute
dumb
to
them down.
Yeah, like you
don't let them get too smart.
You obviously up to something. You want to rule them. Because I always tell a bitch, like you said, lack of knowledge is ignorance.
Exactly.
Because if somebody know,
it makes you naive.
And the other person don't know, they got an advantage.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then the nature of how the heart of man is, we always talk about everybody raising selfishness. Bitch gonna go for there. So we talking about that aspect, breaking all that down, like in the aspect of men and women. Like Deuce is like, don't keep them there. Keep them like my boy Biggie said around. Guns, I like them stainless. Bitches, I like them brainless.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's telling you, like,
exactly.
Because we used to always go after the easier target.
Of
I
course.
ain't gonna do all that. Like, bitch, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit too much.
Yeah.
They tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, the one that's like minimal, bitch, you know,
I've even heard
a bit like dumb, airheaded more. Like,
yeah.
Like they gonna
and there's such
everything.
A double standard, because it's like, you're mad at women for being dumb, but then when they be smart, you still mad. Because I mean, which one you want, or it depends on what situation it is.
Okay. All right. So, okay, we got a lot. All right, we're talking about men and women. So we got. And I want you to, I mean, obviously you're on the show because honestly, I feel that your thoughts are brilliant far as being connected. You know what I'm saying? Just being connected, and then to authentically speak how you really feel. Like, let's get on to, okay, people blow. It's a lot of shit going on. Women are getting tried and are starting to talk about it more in the uprising. That's why they got a movement as far as on the dude. I know this ain't more like no nigga shit, but I think you can kind of apply it to. You know, it's called incel. That's like involuntary celibacy. And I know it was a case several years ago about this white dude going up in Texas. And, I mean, I think he was in Texas. She was shooting random women, and he shot a dude too, because he shot the dude. He's according to I think the what is this shit called? What is it called? With an M? When people write and they do stuff. This is my memo. I forgot that word. It slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or they write what they were. It begins with an M. They write something when they kill people.
Oh,
they kill something up. I forgot the word, man. I mean, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he wrote in there, like, he shot this one dude that he figured that was, like, a dude that was attractive more to women because he was, like, he probably get girls easy. He feel like he was in celibacy, not sexually active, but it wasn't by choice. He was, like, he like, a lot of these girls keep turning me down. I'm tired of it. I'm doing this this right. He doing this right. You know what I'm saying? Like, his body, he like, I'm doing this, I'm cool. And you know what I'm saying? He just went around killing bitches. You know, he killed several women. He killed a couple dudes, I think, or something along them lines. So, like, the women started to be like, boom, boom, boom. Like, what do you feel like, since you see that there's obviously a disadvantage and there's some intentional trying shit going on, some intentional bullying, some intentional malice going on. Like, what do you feel that the women have to do, you know what I'm saying, like, in this day and age to rectify this problem?
I mean, it's hard to say because I done heard, because a lot of women who are starting to speak up and not just speak up, but take heed to and walk what they talk, you know what I'm saying, and just stop dealing with dudes, you know what I'm saying, and focus on, you know, their careers or, you know, basically like the dudes don't like it, but, you know, self-care, putting yourself first. Like, on the women part of patriarchy, we've been taught so much to cater to the man, like he just could just lift up your king, like he's the king. That means that you basically his slave. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's the intention, but let's just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, the women are just not making it as easy anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Like, women thought that, I think a lot of women thought that they were doing the right thing, that we were doing the right thing by making it easy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and we, like I said, lack of knowledge. If we lack the knowledge of the nature of one, or man and woman, really, we lack the knowledge of the nature. So you're not even thinking about what that can do. Like, by making it, how does that even work? Like, making it so easy for somebody, how does that build them up? Like, if everything was easy and if nothing was ever challenging, how does that make you strong? How does that make you a leader? When we talk about leadership and stuff, and people talk about, like, everybody talk about it, like, they talk about challenges and working through and being strong and getting through it. You know what I'm saying? Not just saying, I don't want to do it. Well, if you don't want to do it, you're not going to get what you set out to get. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work like this in this world. But I think by women being so nice, it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, you were doing the right thing, but it's not when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing
because a lot of times you get the short end of the stick. Like, you know, that's why people say, like, that whole statement about nice guys finish last.
Yeah.
Like you said about being nice because the world is a cruel, cold world.
And women are the nice guys. You know what I'm saying? I know you're talking about men, but
that formula, like,
as far as just the whole women, you know, are the nicer gender, like the softer,
I
and you know what I'm saying?
I know, like, the reason why I say, like, real life situation for us, like the dudes, like niggas that say a lot, like, behind closed doors, like damn, like, they actually what the fuck thing, bitch, that you telling they gonna cost this much? Like, they tripping now. Like, the average, I think they said since the instant we talking about, like, sexually, like, since the Instagram came out, like, they don't have these IG boy times, they hit them up DM time, you gotta shoot me this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you think that is? Like, you know, regular. We doing something, you like it too.
Like, these bitches don't fuck around and figured out they worth.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the value they possess.
I know a lot of, like, that's the thing. Like, now niggas be like, Like, man, they all want to get paid. They always talking about money. I know it's like something they have told. Like you said, I've talked with other women too. Like, hey, from the aspect of women, like you gonna do it anyway. You might as well get something out of it.
I mean,
I feel you like in the aspect of like. Because like you said, because you're doing that and you're not, like you said earlier about the child, you're giving them what they want, you're still not getting the best behavior.
Exactly. So that's foolish.
So I know I can say about the easy thing.
Yeah.
I know it's a narrative amongst dudes. And not all, but of course conversation with dudes.
A lot.
Like, man, he's like, this dude told me the store the other day recently. He working in this one store. I ain't gonna tell you what the store said on name. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, he was like, man, you know, these bitches, man, he actually they want you to pay for everything now. He said, they don't change. What's wrong got into him? You know, what don't got into him? You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, what happened how it used to be,
What's that common phrase you said? The dude said, these hoes are fucking around and got a voice.
These okay? These hoes
a voice.
Hence,
women weren't even allowed to talk.
That's what he said. Amongst like, it was a nigga talking up a girl. He was like, it was a bunch of niggas. He said, man, this nigga gave these hoes a voice. Like, what?
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm just saying, even like, subconsciously feel, like, even if it's not so intentional. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just a subconscious thing.
So I can relate what you're saying about the easy aspect.
Yeah, like, I even heard a phrase.
Some people might be hearing that and be thinking, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what I don't in my life, and I'm just saying it's real. Because this is how deep we are talking about.
What? You know another thing? I think dudes, because, you know, I don't know if it's hard for dudes to come out of themselves and be empathetic, because I think women are more the empathetic creatures. I think empathy is a little bit more challenging for males. But
empathy is a noble virtue. Go ahead.
So I think like just from what I hear from, or just thinking of the human mind, I think dudes feel like it should be easy for you. Like, you don't even have to do nothing. You got like an endless supply. Like, it's always on you. What is such the big deal that giving it up? You ain't gonna never run out. But then turn around and want to call you ran through. Like, you can't do that. You can't just be doing that as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because of what the man gonna think about you, but how do it leave you feeling? Especially if you're doing it because you're trying to give the man what he needs. What's going to...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Supposed to give him some type of motivation or whatever like that. But to me, the easiness part ain't giving him the motivation, because he ain't got to do nothing for it. Like, I as women, we can't help that sex is big for men. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to say like women just don't like sex, but let's just be real. Like, when it comes to like, for men, it's just on a whole nother level. I mean, you know, I guess that could be argued or whatever, but to me, it's evident.
But I know.
To me, it's evident. I mean, like,
it's a plethora of experiences that it happens.
We can use so many examples.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, somebody gonna say this and somebody's denying my stand. My book is this. My book is the other way around. I mean, it's not really about that, because anything could be found in life. Anything could be said. I know you're talking about like a generalized premise, because like the dudes are after the girls. Yeah. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the chase. Like they say, you enjoy the chase. So if you're being chased, what are you after? Like everybody know what the dude's after. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, it's like, well, that's crazy. No, it's not like that. Dudes don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, of course, we all as human beings, from my experience, we talking about like sexual behavior. All human beings, what I've known, enjoy the activity of sex. But like, you know, I mean, I always say this, like, I think the women a lot of times can be better leaders, because the idea of having to chase after sex so much doesn't consume so much of your mental space. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started. That's just my own personal theoretical way of analyzing. Like, you know, we think about this is occupying a lot of our mental space a lot. So if you didn't have to do that, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, what if don't exist? You like, man, I got it. You know what I'm saying? You can just do that, so you ain't got to. So you have this percentages. You can do other things. You can expire. You can, you know, that just like.
I also think it's a spillover when it comes to men, like, because we all out here blow, including men. Men blow too.
Yeah, we all.
When it comes to trying to, because to me, like, to be honest, like, sometimes it ain't just the sex. It's just an energy that women bring You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga just need some. Can I just get a cuddle or something? Can I get a phone? Can I get some
I
of that?
think we were just talking
You
about
know
that
what
the
I'm
other day.
saying?
We was on the phone like we was saying.
Yeah, so
I remember that shit. I think we was talking. We was like, man, just sometimes it's even just lay.
yeah, right.
The energy is good. Man.
So that's what I'm saying. So to your point, and I'm doing this to be empathetic toward the men. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like because we're all going through something, like, you know, dudes going through stuff in life. So when it comes to getting that thing that you need, which is that energy from women, you don't want it to be challenging. You like, I go through enough, and just with all this other shit. So please just make it easy for me. But then in turn, it doesn't work out too well when the women do this, though. That's what we have to. That's what we're realizing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to realize. Like, it's not turning out too well. You end up, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude saying you're easy. You know what I'm saying? A woman don't like these type of, you know what I'm saying? Stereotypes or to be called these things. That's not a good thing. When a dude say a woman easy, he ain't saying that as a compliment.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? He's saying that as that ain't good.
And of course,
you know what I'm
women
saying?
like, man, you like dudes,
right?
So. We be reading like that a lot of times too. Like, hey, you gotta forget they not like you can't think you so in your own mind. You're like, man,
and that's my point.
But I be like, they like dudes. I mean, they don't like girls. Like,
and which is so frustrating for us because we do like dudes, and we wish that it wasn't this hard too. Like, can't dudes just act right because we like them too, but at the same time, we don't want to keep compromising ourselves to where we're not preserving ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no self-preservation because we so worried about, you know, we trying to make sure everybody happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, so like you don't even preserve yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it has, like, I just think women are saying, like, especially when you see like what other women have gone through.
Yeah.
Or like maybe some of the older peers and have gone through, and you like, I don't want to turn around and I'm 50 and my whole life I've been doing this shit. Like, we got one life to live out here, all of us. And I really have empathy towards men because what the lie did for men, like, it's hard to come down. Like, it's like a cat that crawled up in the tree. I guess he got bold or whatever. I don't know. And then when it's time to get down, you realize you done got too high. It's like that. I think that's the whole thing about staying humble. Like, even if you have been fed, like, oh, you the leader, you in charge, you're supposed to stay humble about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because the tables what they always say, the tables can turn at any moment. Anybody can get it because there is a source out there that is more powerful than us both. You feel what I'm saying? So anybody can get it. It really boils down to righteousness and having morals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand we all blow, but that's not good. Like, hypothetically speaking, if you get to the gates of heaven and God be like, why you did that? Be like, man, because I was blow. Like, I was going through stuff. Like, I don't think that's gonna fly. Like, I mean, some grace might be given, and you know what I'm saying, but you gonna have to pay for it.
Because you talking a big thing you said about morals. Like, when you talking about like ethically and morals, and this is like real adult life. Like, regardless of what's being promoted in society, regardless of what's being like you're supposed to do this or that, like, maturing from a child to an adult is really centering about your moral and ethical mind.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Being raised up and putting that as a measurement stick of what makes you a complete human. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can always argue from any angle. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's important, like, the premise to be like, these things are being proven true from the scope of looking at things morally and ethically in life. And that really constitutes like you maturing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, stuff like that. So, I feel that that's very, very important to be, you know, stressed. Like, you talking from the scope of dealing with things morally and ethically which translates to righteousness. And this is not like, I know when some people hear righteous and righteousness is like a church thing.
Right.
It's not.
It's just
We're talking
moral.
about moral ethics,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we all like to be the old ancient golden rule. Treat each other like you want to be treated. Like, nobody likes to get tried.
Right.
Like, nobody likes to get disrespected. Of course, that could be subjective, but whatever it means to you, it's a negative thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So, you know, it's just simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, we could sit here and talk for hours about this, but obviously, we don't have that much time in one show. But so one thing I did want to mention also with men that I think is a psychological thing that men and women are not aware of is I think society put men at a lower level by saying things like men will be men or like that type of mindset as if to say, you know, men, they're going to be lower. You know, you expect for men to do stuff like that, but you're a woman. You're not supposed to be that low. Like almost as to say the man isn't naturally a righteous being. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he is, but he just not as, or it's not as expected of him because he's lower. Like I don't know how I would feel. I mean, of course, I'm not a man, but just a human being. I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, I want to say if I was a man, I would feel tried. Like, what do you mean? Like, are you saying we're naturally less righteous or dirty or unclean or... You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like your expectations are lower,
like,
you know,
like less clean, like you know, or
bad like that. Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? You know, I ain't got to make sense.
Like,
you know, man, it's
like when Charleston
let's
White
let me win.
Charleston White said on one episode I saw. He tells him, you don't take, I don't know if I know he be stunting a lot, but he said, he tells him, if you take your shoe off, if you don't see that big toe all dirty and crusty, and they bunion hanging off that, you ain't no real man. Yeah.
Exactly,
You ain't no real man. He said, if your toe look too good, you ain't no man like that.
If you too
gotta
clean.
you be taking baths every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying.
I even heard,
that's a narrative.
I even heard men say that they have to, like, women, like motivate them to be clean and take baths. If you go around a woman, you like, well, I got to be clean around her. Like she's the cleaner one, so I have to make sure I rise up to her level.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
when
saying?
there's dudes around, you be like, you know, dude, I ain't gotta take no bath. This niggas coming over, like niggas.
That's crazy. I'm a woman, so I just
like, I know it be like
relate.
that. Like you don't
I
like,
can't relate because women don't do that amongst each other.
That's like you playing ball. You be like sweating, stinking. Like you go and it's a bunch of niggas. You don't care. Like you like, hey, so a girl come, you like, oh shit, hold on. Let me go take a shower real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, if you like, it's dudes, I don't.
And I know naturally people would do that.
I'm just saying that's the narrative. Like right, it be like.
It's like just lesser for dudes.
Because basically, like, I'm not looking for nothing from you. Like, I don't gotta impress you. You like me. We were all dirty. Like what my boy Demo said in the song. He said at the beginning of Couple Baddies, he said, fellas, if you like taking a bath for the first time this week, getting up dressed, going out and getting on a couple baddies. Let me hear you say. I was like, he ain't lying. Like niggas be, I'll skip a couple days. You know what I'm saying? But I be like, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I might skip a day. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Like, you know. So I know it just. And I know some people like, well, women do that too. You know,
right, I was just going to say that.
People do that too. And I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying
it's just widely known more so.
Yeah, like just being
real. It's just certain things being real. Like,
just
people got to just be real. Like, and dudes say it out their own mouth in certain situations when they ain't thinking about, competing or, the gender war type vibe. When you just, in your regular elevator, you said out your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
This is a subject that, like I said, we conversated about, and I've conversated with other people too. I talk with dudes a lot, cause I'm a nigga, so I'm a male. So I share a lot of the same, experiences with other dudes, and I know the rationale that we come from. And I know the plight of dudes, so I know what we're struggling with just from our own struggles because I know for a fact, like, one life is a microcosm of all life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I know that plight, and I know that struggle, and I know why, and I know a lot of times, like when dudes talk amongst each other, especially talking to, like about women, girls, he be like, damn, I feel you. I really do feel you. I know what you're saying, yeah, because we know we deal with women, so we see some of the different sides sometimes. I think that other women may not get to see to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's vice versa like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel the plight and I overstand a lot, and I know, but it's always like you say, really to use the element of empathy more. I feel that, I think as a responsible human being and adult, if we all carried that mindset more, you know what I'm saying, from like we talking about particularly with the whole the gender war thing, or we talking about the subject of men and women specifically, like we was to both carry that mind frame and prioritize that a lot of the problems and the tension amongst men and women will go away and will die down. Empathy is an element, and it's a spirit that vibrates high, and we all gonna fall short.
Right.
So we all want some type of, like, when it does happen, like, you know what I'm saying, some type of grace and mercy, other than always so quick to be like, see, no,
Right.
no, man, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, even if that is true, and you know what I'm saying, it might be told to 7 people, they might agree with you. But to be empathetic is an isolated thing, you know what I'm saying? It's an isolated thing. And I think if you carry that vibe more, you carry that approach more, I think a lot of the problem and the tension and the confusion and how the dealings with men, dealing with women, you know what I'm saying, amongst each other will even out more for the better for everybody.
Yeah, the truth will set everybody free. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is one thing we talk about all the time too, how deep shit be. Like, there ain't no coming back for a lot of people. That's one thing I realized. Like, all you could do is, like, that's why I don't even, like, really, like, I used to like getting deep with everybody. I mean, I still like getting deep, but I just know motherfuckers ain't trying to go that deep. They like, man, can't we just, you know what I'm saying? Bitch don't want to go deep and figure out, go to the root and all. Can we just come to a middle ground, like, and I mean, yeah, but you have to try to figure out what that middle ground is. That's the thing. Like, you can't just be like, say that and then want everything to be your way. You got to compromise with the other party. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't just.
Or like you say, sometimes it's better that maybe
go in your corners.
People,
go in your corners for a little while.
To be isolated
exactly.
From each other. Maybe it's sometimes you gotta chill on some of the other stuff, and maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, think about it, because again, we can't just accept like that. We just gotta be living with trouble and depression and confusion. We can say we don't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the right that women are exercising, and that's the problem I think that a lot of people have, or like when men see this, like, women are starting to exercise that right of, we don't have to, like, that's what I mean. But I feel like women been new. You know how you been new, like something wasn't right, but you just keep trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to fit a certain image, or you don't want to be the reason for divorce. You know, because that's a big thing these days. The divorce rate's going up, and it's the women initiating it. Well, what that tell you? It's like, obviously they get died. Why what else could it be?
All right, so.
Yeah, so it's,
like you say,
it's hard. Like, it's not easy. I think, like, some men think it's like easy for women to make the decision that she's gonna just file for divorce. Like, women be boo crying about these decisions. You feel what I'm saying? They like, they just be like, F that. Like, it be a hardness that I've seen it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They like, I just can't take it anymore, though. I've tried everything. And, like, so back to what we were saying, maybe we just need to go in our own corners for a minute, cause figure some things out. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, cause we wanna.
Well, you always say, nigga
like, hey, no.
But I really feel like that. But I really feel like men should take the time to build brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are trying to build sisterhood. It ain't like, I ain't trying to say it's been the easiest thing because, women, we have our problems amongst one another too, and men have their problems amongst one another too. That's another thing is not talked about. Like a lot of dudes don't talk about peer stuff with and how other males make other males feel.
Yeah,
and if you make other males feel that way, how you think a female gonna feel if we physically weaker? You know what I'm saying? But it's just we just need to figure it out, and sometimes we just need to.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta chill, man.
Yeah, chill.
Like, I mean, I know we're coming to a wrap now. I know we can talk about this for
forever.
So much. There's so many intricate layers to it.
Right.
I want people to know out there, honestly, that the objective of this show is to have conversations with the intention of reaching levels that most of the time you don't find out in the public.
Right.
So, saying that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep exploring because people are blowed. They forever blowed. And we don't want to be blowed no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to support anybody being blowed. So anything you want to wrap them up, you know what I'm saying? Take us out of here. Anything you want to say to end it off,
Just, keep striving. Just keep striving to do real shit. Stand on your square, ladies. I'm loving what I'm seeing.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Stand on your square for righteous purposes to make it better for all of humanity.
Yeah.
And thank you for having this show. Forever Blow, having me on the show. You already know we go way back. You already know we got that real love for one another. I'm saying,
straight up.
And I feel like we represent our connection, and what we are represents what more of the world needs. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter that girl, woman shit, like we sister and brother. You feel what I'm saying?
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Like
there's some things
we on the same side at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love being here and kicking it with you. As always, in front of the camera and behind.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give thanks. Give thanks for being on the show. Give thanks. Like, we talked about this for a while, like coming through. We definitely got more to talk about with this. And all I want to say as far as like as a side of like the dude side, so to speak, or representing the males, like I don't speak for all men when I say this, but we got to get other things that we got to do. We got to get, a lot of times it's too much idleness. You know what I'm saying? You got to get something else to live for. You got to get something greater than yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and strive for greater things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all that stuff will take place naturally how it's supposed to take place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it just it's a little too much shallowness and being afraid of going deep, like you say. A lot of times you start conversation amongst dudes, start talking, then the conversation go away quick or it shut down. It's like we can't be afraid to go deep and explore your mind. Like, we grown now. We not children. We not jits. Like, we the people that's running the world now. We used to be the jits and be like, they'll handle that, the adult. You know what I'm saying? But now we the ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got to step up and do our thing and get us some things to strive higher than always low vibrating, lustful, chasing ass thinking. Yeah, man, that's Yourhighness, man. It's Forever Blow. This episode 2, man. We filming this right here in A1, the Brand Enhancer Studios, man. Give thanks for y'all time. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/GMRNSTV. That's Grown Man, Real Nigga Shit TV. Again, you can listen to this at all platforms, on all your streaming platforms. Check us out, Forever Blow. Give thanks for y'all time. We coming back. We're going to keep this shit rolling right here in the Bay. Let's go.
The Crochet Baby.
Ooh.